Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you are all doing well. Welcome to another video. I hope you are understanding what I am trying to teach you. So we were studying chemical equilibrium, and here I am with its new video. So previously we have studied different things. In first lecture we studied about chemical equilibrium, different types of reactions, its definition, examples, and the next video was about static equilibrium, dynamic equilibrium, and properties of equilibriums. Okay, so I hope you know well about that topics. So our today's topic is law of mass action, which is related to the equilibrium. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the definition of law of mass action, its active mass, what are the units, and what is the equation of its law of mass action, and what is equilibrium constant. Okay, so first of all, we should know who presented the law. So there were two chemists or two scientists, Goldberg and Waage. They presented the law in 1869, and they said that rate of a reaction is directly proportional to the product of active masses of the substance. Now we should know about the rate and active mass. What are these terms? Okay, so rate of reaction basically is the speed, on which speed the reaction is going, how fast it is, how slow it is. So basically rate, we can also call rate as the speed of the reaction, and active mass is basically the portion or the mass of the substance that is taking part in the reaction. Okay, hope you understand. And its product means product means we multiply concentrations. Okay, so the multiplication of active masses of substances is directly proportional to speed or rate of the reaction. We are proceeding forward, and you will get better understanding of the definition. Okay, so first of all, the active mass is related or is termed as concentration. Okay, and concentration is basically the moles of the substance, how many moles of the substance are taking place. For example, water and oxygen are reacting, and 2 moles of water react with 1 mole of oxygen to form 2 moles of 1 mole of water. Okay, so this is the definition about the law of mass action. Now we come to its unit. Its unit is mole per decimeter cube. Decimeter cube basically represents volume, and mole represents the concentration. Okay, now how we write at the equation. So for the simplest way, we can write A plus B, consider them as reactants, and they give us C plus D, consider them as products. Okay, they are giving forward reaction. And consider C plus D as reactants, and they are giving A plus B as products, and it is the reverse reaction. Okay, so we can write them as follows, that rate of forward reaction is directly proportional to concentration of A into concentration of B. Now you can ask the question why I have written these brackets. So these brackets, anything written in these brackets represent the concentration of the substance. So these brackets are representing the concentration. So rate of forward reaction is directly proportional to concentration of A, which is reactant, into concentration of B. Okay, now this proportionality sign, when we remove this proportionality sign, here comes a constant which is Kf, which is the constant of forward reaction, and it gives us the concentration of reactants into concentration of A into concentration of B, and these are the reactants. And now we discuss about the reverse reaction. Okay, this is the reverse reaction. So we can write rate of reverse reaction is directly proportional to concentration of C into D. And now we also remove this proportionality constant and give it a proportionality sign, and give it a constant which is Kr, the constant of reverse reaction, into concentration of C and D. Now Kf and Kr, I have told you that these are reaction constants of forward and reverse reaction respectively. Now if you remember, we have studied that in the situation of equilibrium, rate or speed of forward reaction is always equal to rate of reverse reaction. Okay, so if you look at all these equations, you will get to know that rate of forward reaction is written in this form. So under rate of forward reaction, we can write this equation, and similarly rate of forward reaction is this, basically as we have derived, and I have told you how we derived it, what is the phenomena. Okay, so we are writing these two are here. Okay, now what happens, this K are which is the reaction constant of reverse reaction, is multiplying with these. So what we can do is we take this Kr and take it to the other side of the equation, and it will get divided. Okay, here it is multiplying, but when we take it to the other side of the equation, it gets divided. And same thing happens with the reactants or the concentration of reactants. They are multiplying here. When we take them to the other side of the equation, they get divided. So basically what we are doing with we are simply rearranging the equation. Okay, so the equation becomes Kf over Kr is equal to concentration of products over concentration of reactants. Now what is the phenomena further? This Kf over Kr, rate of forward reaction over rate of reverse reaction, is always equal to Kc, which is equilibrium constant. You just know about Kc. For now you must know about Kc. It is the equilibrium constant. We will get its further details in our next video. Okay, so here you should know about what is Kc. Kc is basically rate of forward reaction over rate of reverse reaction. Now we take this phenomena and derive few equations for your better understanding and for the complete understanding of law of mass action. Okay, so I have told you that law of mass action deals with the concentrations. Okay, so we haven't written concentrations in the previous equation. We just have simply written the reactants and the products. But here we are representing the concentrations. What are these concentrations? These are A, B, C and D. You can say it concentration or moles of the substance. How many moles of the substance? For example, A moles of the reactant A and B moles of the reactant B are reacting to form C moles of the product C and D moles of the product D. Okay, so these are the phenomena. Now what happens? This A is simply representing into the concentration. And why we have written A in its power? We have written because it is representing the moles of the A, and similarly for B, C and D. Okay, now we can rewrite the equation for forward reaction as rate of forward reaction is equal to concentration of reactant A into its mole into concentration of B and its mole. Okay, and we have written Kf is equal to this, and simply for the reverse reaction we can also write it in the form of power. Okay, I hope you have got the idea what we have done, and I will give you another example so you will completely understand the phenomena. Okay, now we know that for equilibrium, rate of forward reaction is always equal to rate of reverse reaction. So we can take these two equations and write them here. Kf is directly proportional to this and Kr is directly proportional to this term. Now what we have done, as we have done previously the rearranging of the equation, we will again rearrange the equation and it will become Kf over Kr is equal to concentration of C into its power moles into concentration of D and its mole divided by concentration of A into its mole and concentration of B and its moles. Okay, now we know that Kf over Kr is equal to Kc, as I have written it here. So we can put Kf the value of Kf over Kr, which is Kc, in its place and write it as Kc is equal to concentration of reactants over concentration of products along with their moles. Okay, this is the phenomena. Now I have given an example which will give to you complete understanding of the term moles. Okay, as you have seen, 1 mole of nitrogen, it is 1 mole, and 1 mole of oxygen is reacting to form 2 moles of 2NO, nitrogen oxide. Okay, so this 2 is the mole. Okay, as there is no mole, so we can consider it 1, but this 2 is representing the mole. Now how can we represent this 2? I will tell you in the next step. Rate of forward reaction in which nitrogen and oxygen are combining to form nitrogen oxide is equal to N2 and O2. Their moles are 1, so we do not write 1 in the power. Okay, and for the reverse reaction, Kr is equal to concentration of product. Now you will ask why we haven't written 2 here, because it is 2NO, product is 2NO. This is the thing that you need to understand, that we will not and we will never write 2NO. We will write NO and its power 2. 2 power represents the moles of the product. Okay, so when we write it in the form of equilibrium constant Kc, it will become NO power 2 divided by N2 into O2, which means that the moles of reactants divided by the concentration, the moles of products divided by the concentration of the reactants. Hope you have got the idea. In the next video we will get the idea about chemical equilibrium. Okay, so now let's have an overview of the topic again. तो हमारा जो टॉपिक है वो है केमिकल इक्विलिब्रियम. हम काफ़ी दिनों से इसके बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं. पहले हम लोगों ने किसके बारे में पढ़ा, केमिकल इक्विलिब्रियम क्या होता है, उसकी डेफिनेशन क्या होती है, एग्जांपल्स और डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ रिएक्शंस क्या होते हैं. उसके बाद फिर हम लोगों ने स्टैटिक इक्विलिब्रियम, डायनामिक इक्विलिब्रियम और कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज़ को डिस्कस किया. आज का हमारा टॉपिक है लॉ ऑफ मास एक्शन. लॉ ऑफ मास एक्शन में हमने पढ़ना है डेफिनेशन, एक्टिव मास, यूनिट्स, इक्वेशन और इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट. ठीक है, सबसे पहले हमें ये पता होना चाहिए कि ये किसने प्रपोज किया था या किसने प्रेजेंट किया था. तो ये दो साइंटिस्ट थे जिनका नाम था गर्डबर्ग एंड वेज. उन्होंने 1869 में इसका आइडिया दिया था और उन्होंने ये बोला था कि किसी भी सब्सटेंस का जो रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन, मतलब जो स्पीड होती है उसके रिएक्शन की, वो डायरेक्टली रिलेट करी होती है प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एक्टिव मैसेज से. एक्टिव मैसेज हमारे पास क्या होते हैं, एक्टिव मैसेज हमारे पास किसी भी सब्सटेंस का वो मैस होता है जो एक्टिवली पार्ट ले रहा होता है इनटू द रिएक्शन. फिर उसके बाद हमने इसकी यूनिट्स पढ़े विच इज मोल पर डेसीमीटर क्यूब. फिर हम लोगों ने एक इक्वेशन, सिंपल इक्वेशन को डिस्कस किया जिसमें रिएक्टेंट्स मिलके प्रोडक्ट्स बना रहे थे और प्रोडक्ट्स टूट के रिएक्टेंट्स में कन्वर्ट हो रहे थे. फिर उनके हम लोगों ने रेट्स को देखा कि रेट ऑफ फॉरवर्ड जो है वो किसके इक्वल है, रेट ऑफ रिवर्स किसके इक्वल है. फिर उसके बाद ये कि केमिकल रिएक्शन कॉन्स्टेंट्स क्या होते हैं. फिर रिएक्शन कॉन्स्टेंट्स को हमने रिलेट किया आपस में और लास्ट में हमें ये पता चला कि जो हमारे पास रेट ऑफ फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन डिवाइडेड बाय रेट ऑफ रिवर्स रिएक्शन, ये इक्वल होता है टू द केमिकल इक्विलिब्रियम और द इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट के. इसीलिए फिर हम लोगों ने क्या किया, फिर हम लोगों ने पढ़ा कि इनकी कंसंट्रेशंस जब इनके साथ आ जाती हैं या इनके मोल्स, तो फिर हम उसको कैसे करते हैं. उसी इक्वेशन में हम लोगों ने मोल्स का फिनोमेना ऐड कर दिया, उसको रीअरेंज किया, वही सब कुछ जो पीछे किया है, और उसको हम लोगों ने किसके इक्वल कर दिया है, केमिकल इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट के. उसके बाद हम लोगों ने एग्जांपल दी है नाइट्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन की, बिल्कुल उसी तरह जैसे पीछे दिया था. वहाँ पे ए बी हमने लिखा था, यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने किसी प्रोडक्ट का नाम लिख दिया है, किसी सब्सटेंस का नाम लिख दिया है. तो उनको हम लोगों ने देखा. यहाँ पे हम लोग, अब आपका ये सवाल आएगा कि यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने प्रोडक्ट में 2 क्यों नहीं लिखा. तो 2 को हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे लिखना है, पावर में लिखना है. जैसे हमने पीछे ए के ऊपर छोटा ए लिखा था, तो वो इसी तरह से था कि वहाँ पे ए जो है वो स्मॉल ए जो है वो प्रेजेंट कर रहा था नंबर ऑफ मोल्स को, और ये इसके इक्वल हो जाएगा. तो आई होप you have got the understanding of the video and the topic. Allah Hafiz.